Taurus, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot and Astrology Summary. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign, guys. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries Tarot. My name is Michelle. For those of you who are just arriving, for those of you who are returning, God bless you. Thank you so much for your constant support of the channel. Taurus, this is your reading. So please take the energy that I described where it resonates in your life. You may even want to try your moon sign video or your rising sign video because they may resonate more with you this week. I do 12 videos every single week. So if you really love them, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that you'll know when I upload your favorite content. There's always an extended reading to every single reading that I do so that we go deeper and get more answers. And I'll attach the link at the end of the video so you can click right on it and go right there. It's also in the description box always and pinned to the top of the comment section as well. If you really, really love my content, guys, please be sure to check out my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation, where I go live and I channel messages with tarot, with astrology, Monday through Friday, and you can join the live chat if you subscribe over there too. This is really interesting. Now, the astrology is pretty mild this week. You have nice favorable aspects. So your ruling dignitary Venus is going to be conjunct to Saturn all week. Saturn is in Aquarius. So public opinion or people's opinion of you is changing. And I think this will really work into your favor because Venus conjunct Saturn means people are taking you more seriously. They're thinking of you more beautifully. It's almost like maybe you're taking your appearance more seriously. But since it's in Aquarius, I think this has more to do with how you appear, how you look, what people think of you. They're taking you more seriously. But this is also a sense of love and finance really coming together and you having more authority over it. So there is a sense of control, but not control as in dominance, control as in you handling things. You'll know what to do with them and you will be well informed. There is a semi-square to Mercury. This conjunction is semi-square to Mercury all week, which means that information may have been a pain in the you-know-what. It's just a semi-square, so it's a little bit of an agitation. Ironically, Mercury is trine to Uranus, which is really like central Taurus at this point. So for those of you who have your natal sun in Taurus around 14 degrees, so anything around there, I would say between 10 or between 19 degrees, your natal sun would be conjuncting Uranus. So there are going to be a lot of changes and a lot of things that you didn't expect in yourself, a lot of surprises that make you happy, things that make you happy when you didn't think they would. And because of this conjunction for all Tauruses, what I think is happening is that the sort of intertwining between this Saturn-Venus conjunction and Mercury and Uranus in Taurus, you're changing your mind about somebody. You're changing your opinion about somebody because of information that comes in about them. And that's going to make a dynamic in your life shift. Your values will shift. Who you bet your money on, who you place your money on, who you invest in, or who you trust will change based on their words or something that is said. So that's going to be real interesting. Please leave the comments below. I'd love to know how that's playing out. But with the cards in front of me, what do I want to say? Okay, let's just go on to the cards. Knight of Swords. This is something that's said. An action that somebody has taken. And I think initially you didn't think much of it or you weren't interested. You weren't interested in something that was said, or you found that you took action and you spoke out, you spoke up, but people weren't interested, right? They just didn't seem like they had any time for you. Who is this about? Let's see. Page of Swords again. It implies that this interaction could have happened over the internet. Over the internet, in emails. This could be applications you sent in, you know, proposals that you made. You took action, you moved forward, you applied, you said something, you spoke out over online. A lot of times you apply for jobs online, you apply for whatever online, whatever. You had to wait. You were kind of kept in limbo. Let's see what's going on in the past. You might have been kept in limbo for up to a year. This is all happening now. Something came out in the past. Let's see. We have the Hermit and the King of Wands. So you were really interested in this work. You were really interested in maybe learning from somebody, or this was your creative energy that this had something to do with something creative that you wanted to work on, or you wanted to push forward, you wanted to be a part of, you wanted to participate in. This could be some sort of creative genius. This is a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, masculine, somebody who's very domineering, or somebody who's very, not domineering, dominant and charismatic. So you could be dealing with a fire sign. It could be their work or their job, and you never had much interest in it. This could also be battling with it. You hated it. Maybe you hated that somebody else was always at work. It kind of irritated you. That could have been based on the fact that you didn't really know where they were coming from. So it seems that maybe this limbo has been to sort of teach you how to see things from a different perspective. Because there's something here about how devoted somebody was to work. And maybe they always had to leave. Maybe they were far away. Maybe, I don't know. They learned as they were going. But it seems like you're getting a new perspective. Let me show you the cards and where all their eyes are at. It seems like you're really gaining some perspective on what this person over here went through. It took a while. The Hanged Man is learning to see things from a different point of view. So this could also mean that action you took in the past, people are starting to review it again. They're looking it over. Let's get to it. So it already happened. You know, whatever this attempt was, it's like they're reviewing it. And because Mercury is now out of retrograde, and by Friday, Saturday, will start actually moving direct, you could hear communications coming in, or you could be able to listen to somebody or hear them in a way that you haven't been able to hear them in the past. So this is really an exceptional week for sort of opening your mind, or having people open their minds to you about things that you were not certain of, not sure of. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups and the Lovers. So I just heard this. You're gonna love what they have to say. There's also falling in love. Falling in love, perhaps with a water sign. So this is a feminine, not necessarily female, but feminine water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is somebody who's unconditional. Oh, I understand. And this is just attraction, connection, desire. You understand. Since Gemini's always communications, it's almost like you understand their communications of their heart. You now have empathy and compassion for the communications of their heart. There's empathy, there's compassion, and there's unconditional love. This is almost like in some ways falling deeper in love with somebody that you did not understand, or vice versa, could be toward you as well. Simply because you'd never been in their shoes before. And there could have been some dialogue or conflict between you, accusations, because you didn't understand what they were doing or the work that they had really done. But now it seems, after all this time of understanding and learning this different perspective, suddenly there's love. There's sort of unconditional love and acceptance. Because you exchanged words, because you talked. We're going to get deeper into this. Let's pull a moon card, because the moon is going to impact us. We have a new moon on January 21st. Guys, I knew Taurus was going to have a great reading. Something just told me. Well, let's get to this, shall we? A new romantic cycle begins. And this is new moon in Libra, but we're coming on upon a new moon in Aquarius. So things are starting to balance out. And even if you have been with somebody for a long time, this is almost like renewing things. There's become balance to your relationship, especially if there has been discord or a separation of some sort because people didn't understand each other's language. They didn't understand each other, but now they're communicating fluently. Romance could also, of course, mean an ideal situation. So a situation where, honestly, I think you thought you were ignored, that your attempt to communicate had fallen on deaf ears because you'd been waiting so long to hear. But have faith in your dreams. It's time to release negativity. The bad stuff is going away, guys. I know. And then communication is key and your hard work is paying off. It's key because the message finally reaches you. It finally gets in. It finally comes in. This could have been a message that was held up or held back, right? And that's why there was sort of frustration because people didn't get it or they really weren't seeing your value. But now they are. By the end of the week, Venus will still be conjunct Saturn, but there won't be that semi-square to Mercury anymore. There'll just be communications are on point. I think that semi-square ends over the weekend. Because remember, Mercury is going to start moving forward and not be in that position anymore. Mercury moves pretty quickly. So if you've kept working and you've kept trying, you're going to get really good news. Let's get into some details, shall we? And communication is key because it is all centered around Mercury. It's all centered around a message that needed to be delivered or something that needed to be said or understood. It could be, for some of you, an aha moment that changes everything. We have these little fruit flies all over my house and they're really irritating. If anybody knows how to get rid of them, please do leave the comment. I would appreciate your help. We have this little thing in my house that's supposed to catch them. It's like an electronic light thing, and it does catch them. It just doesn't catch all of them. I want details. 6 of Cups implies that this could have been somebody. If this is romance, this is something, maybe somebody that you've known from childhood, a childhood friend, a former lover, or just an idealism, something that you have wanted and loved and dreamed about all throughout your youth. Then we have Queen of Pentacles, so it's all of a sudden you have it or you have a job working in it. This could really be, especially if you're in a creative field, something to do with music or writing. This is definitely a time when you actually can tangibly touch it and maybe even get hired, get paid for it. Does it have to be a career in me? No. But it's something that you've worked hard on and maybe we're thinking about giving up on because you didn't feel like you were getting anywhere. We have Queen of Swords. Aha. Number 1, this is Queen of Communications, taking over, dominating, being able to speak articulately and in a way that somebody will listen to you. So this is also a really good time to try again, especially something that you almost gave up on, but you don't really completely want to give up on it. So try again. This could be a female or feminine counselor, somebody who helps you see things in a clear way, or a guidance, somebody who gives guidance or advice. This could also just be a mentality of now your mind is crystal clear. Now you get it. Now you understand. Now it's clear maybe what you have to do, or maybe finally deciding how you want to use this, how you want to move forward and use it and make it purposeful and practical, and maybe even an opportunity that comes to actually put what you've learned or what you know to work. This could be a love affair between a feminine air sign and a feminine earth sign. Feminine just means they're open, they're receptive, they're nurturing. That's what they mean. It's how they are. It doesn't have to be a female. I know my son, who looks outwardly very masculine, but his whole natal chart, he's more feminine than I am. More feminine energy. So you have more water and earth and water heavy is going to be feminine energy, and then fire and air heavy is going to be masculine energy. So it just depends on where things settle in your natal chart. But honestly, this could even be finally figuring something out. Like something finally makes sense, like seeing a way to actually take these dreams or ideals from your childhood and turn them into something practical and useful and real. I love this energy for you. I really do, because it's this dream come true moment that's subtle enough to last, instead of just bursting and exploding and being orgasmic in 1 second and having this huge moment. It's almost just like the start of something beautiful. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let's get deeper, because maybe you don't see what I'm saying. What is this negative energy that they're really... Hold on, we have something to come out. Death, Scorpio. This is the second time you've got it. I think it could be maybe leaving a Scorpio in the past, or Scorpio maybe that you didn't take seriously in the past. There's a sense of those things aren't bothering you anymore. What's caused you pain isn't bothering you anymore. Suffering that you went through isn't bothering you anymore. It's over. It could be that criticism is over. Okay? Or fear. This comes on the wings of judgment. So it's almost like, I gotta say, it's like in some ways you were really ready to give up on something, or you'd lost faith in something. But something comes through higher than you. This is major arcana. It's fate. It doesn't have anything directly to do with you, but it will impact you. It's almost like a decision is made that kind of renews or restores your faith in maybe humanity itself, or definitely in people. Okay. Cancerian energy is here. And remember, we got the Queen of Cups before. Queen of Cups is a very loving, motherly, maternal energy, and now we have Cancer. This could also be going home. I don't know. You tell me how this is impacting you. I'm just going to describe the energies. The Chariot card is here, and the Knight of Pentacles is here. This is definitely, for those of you looking for career opportunities, a fantastic week for that, for getting a job. Maybe you might have to move, or deciding to move somewhere for work. But there is progress when it comes to getting work. Because, and the thing is, it may not pay much, but there's more than pay going on here. Because it is going to give you so much joy. This is something that you have really wanted to do your whole life. So something finally passed. You got the certificate, the information finally went through, paperwork is all in, everything is finally cleared. Like, I'm telling you, it's been frustrating you, and I think it was Mercury retrograde that was messing you up. Now there's progress. This is all coming more toward the future, so wait till the end of this week. Can we get a timeline for when this is all happening? Well, it started around the beginning of the year, definitely. But definitely by the end of January, all of this is like the World card means you've completed something. You've completed a specific cycle in your life, and now you're opening up to a new one. But it's a more mature one, and it's a more steady one. It's a more realized one. There's definitely a change of events, but a conclusion that brings celebration. The World card to me always represents the turn of the year. So this is definitely by the end of January that all this is going to start happening. Let's see how this impacts specifically your career, your love, and your money. And then we'll get into sex and romance. The link is below. I hope to see you guys in the extended.